The modern battlefield looks nothing like what came before. No grand formations, no massed armor advances, just pixels on screens, operators with controllers, and death delivered by machines smaller than a suitcase. This is the reality of the war in Ukraine, where every vehicle, every trench, every soldier is a potential target for eyes in the sky. Where the front lines blur into 1,000 small battles fought simultaneously across hundreds of kilometers. This is what a day looks like on the Eastern Front. The 3rd Combined Arms Army operates in the Seversky sector. Their approach is methodical. Drones provide continuous reconnaissance, accurate target designation. Then artillery and FPV drones work in tandem. A Ukrainian firing position is identified, coordinates relayed. Minutes later, it's eliminated. The pattern repeats across multiple sectors. Russian UAV and FPV drone units conduct strikes simultaneously on several fronts. Ukrainian personnel, vehicles, communication sites all become targets. In the Sumy and Krasnoarmeysk directions, drone crews disrupt logistics, destroy armored vehicles, hit troop transports. In the Zaporizhzhia region, FPV operators strike mortar crews, vehicles, and drone control posts. Near Ospanovka and Kostiantynivka, additional targets fall. Coordinated drone activity from Russian force groups, north, center, east, Dnipro, south, focuses on one objective, disrupting Ukrainian operations and supply routes. High-resolution optical electronic systems give drones extended flight times. Operators can detect and identify targets that would have been invisible in previous wars. A NATO EM-777 howitzer, American-made, long-range artillery, a priority target. The operators find it, identify it, destroy it immediately. Attack UAV crews from the Center Special Forces unit hunt infrastructure. Ukrainian armed forces antennas, repeaters, the Krasnoarmeysk sector. These aren't battlefield targets, they're the nervous system. Cut the communications and units become isolated. Coordination breaks down. FPV drone crews from Rubicon Center expand the target list. Equipment, ground robotic systems, elements of communication and electronic warfare systems. Unmanned aerial vehicles themselves, temporary deployment points, personnel. But this isn't one-sided. Zaporizhzhia region. An assault is underway. A Ukrainian soldier with the call sign Technician, real name Roman, serves with the 1st Assault Battalion of the 210th Separate Assault Regiment. A Russian unmanned aerial vehicle flies straight toward his comrades. Roman shoots it down, calmly, quickly. The drone drops from the sky. Ukrainian drone operators launch their own operations. Russian forces moving on foot, on motorcycles, and armored vehicles all become targets. Kupiansk, Kharkiv region. Special forces from the 19th CSA PVSP conduct strike and search operations in the city. During the mission, they discover a Russian sabotage and reconnaissance group trying to advance. They open fire. A short, intense firefight erupts. The ground group withdraws strategically. Then vampire bomber crews and FPV drones complete the destruction of Russian forces. The group clears the house. A pickup truck extracts them. In one engagement, a group of Russian soldiers moves in a tight column. They enter the sights of a Ukrainian sniper. The first shot eliminates one. His comrade tries to help. The second shot finds him too. A Barrett MRAD sniper rifle. Distance, approximately 1,150 meters. The Ukrainians even score a rare air-to-air kill. Their drones take out a Russian Lancet reconnaissance drone. Both sides pour resources into the fight. Russian forces commit vehicles, equipment, personnel. A military echelon heads to the SVO zone carrying various military equipment. The Russians adapt. They're capturing Ukrainian vehicles and turning them against their former owners. An American M113 armored personnel carrier, now flying Russian colors. They've also returned to mechanized assaults using armored vehicles, not the careful, methodical advances of modern doctrine. Charging across open ground, hoping speed and armor will carry them through. Drone operators repel these attacks. The footage shows vehicles burning, stopped cold by FPV strikes. The Russians still deploy T-62s along the front line. Soviet-era tanks from the 1960s, wrecked and destroyed vehicles litter the battlefield. Evidence of what happens when Cold War armor meets modern drones. UAV operators from the Vostok Force Group work the Zaporizhia region. They eliminate enemy personnel in trenches and shelters, disrupt engineering work at Ukrainian armed forces positions, prevent consolidation. What you're looking at in one piece of footage is a Ukrainian vehicle on fire. It was hit by a Russian drone. The vehicle burns. Whoever was inside is gone. Engineers on both sides work to maximize lethality. They build bespoke payloads adapted for FPV drones. When a single drone needs to silence a squad or bring down an occupied structure, these are the tools they send. Not meant for subtlety, meant for efficiency. Russian helicopters continue operating, but they've adapted. They use a technique called lofting, firing rockets toward enemy positions while keeping the aircraft out of range of air defenses. The rockets arc high, travel farther, but the technique is significantly less accurate than direct fire. A trade-off, survival versus precision. Ukrainian MiG-29 crews used GBU-62 bombs to smoke out enemy forces from houses. American-made precision weapons delivered by Soviet-era aircraft. In the midst of mechanized killing, moments of absurdity. A Russian soldier crawls through a pipe. A boar comes and greets him. The soldier scrambles. The boar investigates. War footage that belongs in a nature documentary. A Ukrainian soldier finds a livestock animal with gear strapped to it. Packs, equipment. Someone loaded down this animal and sent it forward. A question with no good answer. Is this Russians abusing an animal? A desperate logistics solution? The war reduces everything to utility. Soldiers receive the order to withdraw. Enemy positions are already very close. They decide to run across the most dangerous section one by one. The first soldier steps on a mine. Remotely detonated by the enemy, the explosion erupts. The second soldier runs into the dust clouds behind him, catches shrapnel. Eventually, the soldiers are evacuated. The pickup truck, a vehicle under fire, speeds through the battlefield. Russian forces, supported by the 3rd Army and drone units, conduct coordinated strikes against Ukrainian positions and equipment. FPV drones target fortifications extensively, supply routes. Results significant damage to Ukrainian forces. This is the new reality of warfare, not decided by grand strategy or brilliant maneuvers. Decided by who can put more eyes in the sky, who can process information faster, who can deliver precise strikes to more targets simultaneously. Every trench is observable, every vehicle is trackable, every movement is potentially fatal. The front line is everywhere and nowhere. The battlefield is a grid of coordinates. Victory is measured in destroyed equipment, eliminated positions, disrupted operations. One target at a time, one drone strike at a time, day after day, until one side can no longer sustain the attrition. This is modern war.